Good morning, it's Tony here, and today we're going to make a video on how to change the coolant on an ML270 W163. As you can see, I've got everything sort of prepared and it's time to drain and do a flush. Okay, as we start to get prepared, you can see the ingredients I'll be using today. I'll be changing two hoses, top and bottom, genuine Mercedes parts. First of all, I'm going to empty the radiator and fill it back up with the flush. Then I'll flush that, run that for 15 minutes, drain it, fill it, drain it again. Then I'll fill it up with the concentrate and top up with the 50-50 mixed coolant. And if I do need to top up, you always should use demineralized water. Back in a minute. Okie dokie, so this is back to where I am. So what I've done, I've drained and filled up the reservoir, flushed the radiator back out. I'll loosen the hoses, I'll backfill this again, fill her up and take it from there. That's what I'll do. Hang on, I don't know where to put this for a moment, 1 second. So after flushing and reverse flushing the radiator and all the hoses and from the filler tank, now I'm going to add the radiator flush, top it with water. After I've secured all the hoses and everything back up, fill her up, run it for about 15 minutes, flush it and double flush again to make sure I get all the residue out, and then top it up. Righto, welcome back. So what I've done so far is I've taken the hoses off, everything in a good full flush, clean up all the hose clamps, worm drawers, whatever you want to call them, and have a look at this hose. As you can see, it probably wouldn't have lasted much longer, and in one way you could say it's quite crusty. So that was a good thing. The new hoses that I got were actually the last ones in Australia. So, and genuine Mercedes. So far, I've taken everything off, cleaned everything inside. As you can see, she's all good. Taken down the bottom hoses off, everything, flushed it all through, washed out the tank, filled it, ran it, flushed it, and backfilled and flushed it again, just to make sure I don't have any of the residue from the radiator flush still running through the head or anything. Another good idea to do is what I've done is taped up the dipstick, just to make sure she don't come loose and get any water in there while everything's splashing around. So for the next stage, what I'm going to do now is fill it back up with the good stuff. and let it run out, get it back up to temperature. Always keep an eye down here, so you can see there's always going to be bubbles coming up, and keep filling until the bubbles stop, and don't put the cap on until the whole cooling system's been charged and pressurized and all the air bubbles out. Okay, I'll be back. So we're just letting it run, get up to temperature, heater on, full ball. Make sure we get all the crap out of the lines. It's got 250 thou. She runs alright. Alright, we'll let her cool, flush her back out, a reverse flush, fill it back up, flush it out, and then change the hoses and top her up with the good stuff. I'll be back. Right,